All right, we're at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Baker. They're actually referred to us by Chuck Calvin, who lives right next door, from Spa Glass. So definitely going to take great care of them. Chuck spoke very, very highly of us and was really thrilled with his project. So look forward to doing the same thing here. What we're going to do, primarily, the front and the sides are going to be an overlay, with the exception of one small area. And then on the back, we're doing a full tear-off. It looks like they used a better quality siding, kind of more of a T111 on these areas. And then the back is just obviously kind of like a masonite. Looks like they, there's definitely more problems with rot and everything going on the back than there is on the sides and the front. So completely indicated here. Without affecting installation quality or warranty, to do the nail over the overlay. But on the back we are doing a full tear off. So we got pretty much identical, as you see the squirrel running on the roof right there. He's going to chew on some fascia right now. But on the we got identical kind of situation on the sides, with this same kind of the gable coming up and intersecting the roof here, or excuse me, the sidewall. It's kind of the same on each side. So that's what we got on the sidewalls. As you can see down here, we're going to cap these two windows, with that siding there. That trim will be taken off. We'll use a Hardie trim, and then the siding, of course, is going to be the Hardie siding. We're going with a Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4 inch board. And then on the fascia, we are doing a fascia overlay. On the drip edge, we are doing a drip edge replacement with Hardie 1x2. And that is to include the back patio cover, which we'll look at here in a second. Soffit is going to be, basically we'll power wash that down. We're going to caulk and seal everything, and then we're going to paint the soffit. So that's pretty much our scope of work. Again, on this side, we just got these two walls here. Basically almost like inverted gable ends is really what we're looking at here. You can see the back side of the chimney. We'll look at that when we go in back, but you can tell that wood up there is just rotten. I can see it all the way down from right here. That on that corner especially, that wood is just gone. You can tell it's probably just paint holding it all together. Again, these two windows will be capped with Hardie. Coming around to the front, oh, there's Deborah right over there at Mr. Calvin's. Now on the front, what'd you find? Is it a magic rock? On the front here, we got a couple pairs of shutters. Those are going to come off. We're going to paint those basically the new color. They look to be still in good condition. So we'll paint those the new color. We are going to do somewhat of a color change. Not drastic, but somewhat different. And those shutters will be painted the trim color to match the fascia and drip edge. Now here's the couple areas, really the only areas we need to be worried with. These windows, of course. Here's a third pair of shutter with the capping above up top. That will all be Hardie plank as well. As you can see, the soffit's in good condition. The H-molds are holding up. Just some minor caulking and sealing, and then some painting, and the soffits will be good as new. All these windows will be retrimmed in Hardie plank. So you can see there's some minor rot going on the trim boards. That'll all be taken care of with the Hardie trim. The only areas that we really need to worry about tearing off on the front here, you can see that's marginal, but there has been some water exposure. So basically, just kind of cutting, maybe 3 inches up, just to get rid of some of that, very, very minor rot that's going on right there. That'll be the only tear off on the front. What's up, Deb? And then over here, the same thing. So that's the only areas on the front that we need to address as far as the tear off. Otherwise, everything else will be doing an overlay, completely indicated. On this storm door, basically, we're gonna have to pull this off to retrim in the front door and the 1x4, and we will do that. Retrim the door in 1x4, and then reinstall the storm door. And I'm going to stop this a second to go talk to Deb here. Okay, so there's a small kind of border running around. You can see it's a vertical siding. kind of T111 stuff, just barely, maybe 3 inches. You know, we'll reface all that too, so it looks nice and neat and consistent with the house, especially considering we're going to a horizontal instead of the vertical. So these 2 areas, this little capping over the garage doors, we'll address that as well. We're going to wrap both garage door frames, so we'll keep that all looking nice and neat. And there's been rot going on and replacement done, so that'll be all buttoned up and won't have to deal with any kind of rot repair or anything down the road. On this side, pretty much the same deal. Now here you can see where there's a couple areas, very minor again, at the roof line where the siding's kind of soaked up some water. So that'll all be taken care of and addressed accordingly. Not much, but there is a little bit there. You can see back up top, there's a bathroom window back up there that we'll have to wrap with the Hardie. And that's about it for, again, it's just mirror image of that other side except for the window. Now coming back here, you can see real narrow soffit here. So we'll button that all up, caulk and seal it with the good 50-year rated elastomeric caulking. Do our drip edge replacement, fascia overlay, and it'll look good as new. Not replacing the freeze board as part of that. So that freeze board guy, it's a component of the soffit, especially as we're talking about a brick wall. That'll stay there. That'll get caulked and sealed and painted as part of the soffit scope of work. So we're making our way to the back here, and this is where majority of the siding is. There you can see those 2 windows that we need to wrap up top. So that'll be addressed. This little span of gutter here, it's about probably 18 and a half, 19 feet. It's up on the 2nd story from the chimney on over to the corner here. That's going to be thrown away. So we'll take that down, dispose of it. It's not going back up. These windows and doors will all be wrapped down here. Probably do a 1x4 down here up top, because those big old windows are so close to the chimney. It looks like we're going to have to do a 1x2 up there, which is up the way it is now. So we'll, you can barely see it in the video, but those have 1x2 around them now. These windows were just replaced by Lowe's, and they did just retrim. I don't even know if they retrimmed them. I think they might have done that, but we'll retrim that. That trim comes off, and we will do a nice Hardie 1x4 trim around the windows and the doors. This board obviously was put on like it usually is, this 1x4, just for for rot reasons. So we'll get rid of that and have nice flush siding down to the foundation line, which will look nice and clean. Here you can see where still an unfinished trim 1x4 around the windows. So that'll all be the Hardie plank. These 2 post columns here, we're going to wrap those in a 1x4. The fascia overlay and drip edge replacement is included on this patio cover. We aren't doing anything, however, to the underside of it or the soffit. We're not installing a soffit or anything like that, but we will do a fascia overlay and a drip edge replacement. And then we will wrap the 2 porch columns just like we did for Chuck. Chimney's a big concern. They've already patched and repaired that 3-4 times. You can see the trim just rotting away. So we'll get rid of that whole batten look, and we'll go to nice, just clean corner trim, and that will all become Hardie plank as well. And you can see kind of how the window's smashed up against that chimney. It's going to be real hard to get a 1x4 on there. But we will retrim it. The patio door, these 2 windows over here, actually 3 windows, you can't see it because of the tree, that will all be retrimmed in a Hardie 1x4. Again, coming over here, coming over here, probably going to want to address these trees. Going to have to whack off a couple limbs there so we can get up there and have some space to work. That'll definitely have to be done prior to us being able to do what we need to do there. And then over here, just a nice flush wall. A little bit of fascia and soffit. Again, same scope everywhere else. Caulk and seal and paint the soffit. Fascia overlay and drip edge replacement, all with the Hardie product. You can kind of see on that back side of that chimney the rot that we could see a little bit from the front of the house. Just the trim is just gone completely. And then we got a backside look at this this sidewall up top. Again, looks pretty good. Not sure about the flashing, but that will all be addressed when we do what we do and Soak Up does what he does. That'll all be fixed up there. So that's pretty much what we got. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate the time and the trust as far as us working on the projects for you, and we look forward to doing a great job. Thanks so much.